if Earl fight him today, next week, next month, Earl would knock him out.
How good is Terence Crawford?
Terence Crawford is good, but he's not what people make him seem. He's not pound for pound.
So Gervonta Tank Davis, Terence Bud Crawford been going back and forth over social media over some things that Terence Bud Crawford said the other day. Terence Crawford laughed at the fact that, well, somebody's on the outside looking in and that he had to crash the party to actually get in. That person he was talking about was none other than Gervonta Tank Davis. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I can just do this all day, the two-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Check it out, man. I want to let this situation develop a little bit before I gave my thoughts on it. And before it was all fun and games until Gervonta Tank Davis went for the ultimate low blow. Yeah, that's right. But before we even get to what he said later on that's likely going to really piss Terence Crawford off, let's start from the beginning. Terence Bud Crawford was laughing at the fact that, well, Tank Davis was pretty upset that everybody was over there in London doing business with Turk Al-Sheikh. He took a shot at all the fighters and all the people that's over there handling the business, saying, y'all dick eaters, right? Y'all a bunch of dick eaters. Y'all can't make no money. Y'all got to go over there just to make money, right? This is what Tank Davis been saying. He's on the outside looking in, getting rained on, while everybody in the building eating steaks and everything else, right? He's on the outside looking in, and he's outside crying. Terence Bud Crawford reacts to him, right? Terence Crawford reacts to Tank Davis. Tank Davis has some things to say about money, right? When I still make more money than you, right? Terence Crawford said initially, right? I see somebody mad they didn't get invited to the At Ring Magazine Gala, and we talked about this yesterday, right? Tank Davis reacts by saying, and I still make more than you. Wow. Talking about money, that he makes more money than Terence Crawford. Now, I'm not really into the pocket watching thing, but, you know, this is like public information on what these guys are making. To be honest with you guys, I really don't know what Tank Davis really be making in these fights. I don't know. And I do know that his pay-per-view numbers hasn't necessarily been that great outside of Ryan Garcia. Honestly, it just hasn't been. I question is he making as much money as Terence Crawford? Well, we see his purses and we see what Terence Crawford be earning from a lot of his fights, right? We've seen these things, right? Terence Crawford isn't the most flashiest guy, but one would imagine from the fights that he took and for as long as he's been doing this thing, fighting as a champion, Terence Bud Crawford is well off, right? Then Tank says, y'all think he's chasing greatness. He's not that. What he have to do to make decent money? Fuck boys. What? Let me read that again, you guys. Y'all think he's chasing greatness. He's not. That's what he have to do to make decent money. Fuck boys. So basically, Tank Davis is saying that Crawford's not chasing greatness. This is something that Crawford always said he's doing, chasing greatness, et cetera, et cetera. Crawford never was a guy who was really upfront about the money, right? He's always about legacy and doing this and that. And he knows money is going to come with it, right? On the back end, it's just going to come with it. But guys like Tank is about the money. And he said Crawford got to do the stuff that he's doing to make decent money. Tank says, well, I could fight bums, right? And I'm not saying Lamont Roach is a bum, but he could fight lesser caliber opposition and still make decent money. This is what Tank is saying. And then Crawford says, first thing a dumb rich person says, he said, first thing a dumb rich person say to another rich person is I got more money than you. I bet you I own more investments than you, and I don't owe $1 in taxes. You can't buy nothing I can't buy that I want, sir, and that's a fact. Let's see whose money lasts the longest, smart guy. Then he says, by the way, little guy, don't speak too soon because you definitely not making more money than me fighting who you been fighting. That's why you talking about fighting Ryan again, end quote. This is what Crawford had to say in regards to Tank Davis. Look, man, Tank Davis couldn't possibly be making as much money as Terence Crawford fighting who he's been fighting. I mean, he hasn't fought anybody that's the level or caliber of a guy like Errol Spence. And I would argue that he never even fought anybody the caliber of a fighter like Sean Porter. And I'll go even further to say he damn near didn't fight nobody the caliber of Kell Brook. So, Gervonta Tank Davis, bro, I'm not going to get into the middle of who's making more money than who, but I will tell you who's the better fighter of the two. I will tell you who had the tougher opposition of the two. Crawford isn't a guy who was in a situation to kind of pick his fights. Tank Davis been picking his fights for years. And he's been picking guys that nobody care about. Hence the fight with Lamont Roach, right? Nobody cares about that fight. Now, Lamont Roach is actually a good fighter, despite what the common boxing public may think. But it's not somebody that we want to see Tank fight. Tank Davis ain't fighting nobody, or he ain't going to the lengths of making any of these fights happen. This is why he's hammering back down on Ryan Garcia, because that was his biggest payday, right? And then Tank Davis reacts by saying, and this is what happens when a ninja never had shit. They start talking crazy. Ninja, if you didn't know they was calling me before, your bitch ass, and still calling, and you're still in the same position, dick eater, you still got to do as you told, pussy. Wow. Tank Davis went off on Terence Crawford. Now, if I was Terence, especially after the stuff that, and I'm going to read to you guys next what Tank said, I'll be looking to step on Tank Davis. Yeah, that's right. I'll be looking to see him, and I'll be looking to see if he keeps that same energy, because he talks super tough, super gangster on the internet. But I seen the video of this dude running and left AB standing still. You know what I'm saying? When AB was standing his ground, when they was beefing with the Charlos back in the day, he ran, bro. He gets up out of there when it gets hot. When it gets too hot, he looks for the nearest exit, bro. He's talking crazy tough. Terence I ain't saying Terence got to go beat up on the little guy, because I know Terence will mangle this dude, but he got to see him. When I see you, keep that same energy, right? Calling dude up. He calling Bud the pussy bitch. All types of stuff, right? These are fighting words, right? And I think if Crawford was a younger guy, he'll be a lot more fired up. He's an OG now. He probably don't care too much about it, but he has to see Tank Davis for saying this stuff. And then Mike Cappinger hops into it, right? Mike Cappinger, right? And he says this, and Terence Crawford reposted it, so he didn't have to say nothing, but this is what Mike Cappinger said. He says, outside of the Ryan Garcia fight, Terence Crawford has earned multiple more than Gervonta Davis for his bouts with Mijimov and Spence compared to Tank's bouts with Frank Martin, Hector Luis Garcia, and the upcoming bout with Roach, end quote. And this is what Terence shared, and what Mike Cappinger is saying. Like, look, Terence made more money in those two fights than Tank Davis made in these fights. So Tank Davis, he gets really upset because that's his selling point. I make more money. I make more money. Okay, but are you the best fighter in the sport? No, you not. Terence Bud Crawford makes the bag, and he's the top of the sport. And he's been on that pound-for-pound list longer than a lot of these dudes been actually fighting, bro. And he was only second, for the most part, to Andre Ward. When Andre Ward retired, then that's when Bud moved up to the top. And then it's been kind of bouncing back and forth between Usyk and Naoya Inoue, between those three guys. Those three guys are the absolute, in my opinion, the best three fighters in boxing. They've proven it in the ring, right? But Tank Davis has yet to prove anything of any significance in the sport other than making a fight with Ryan Garcia. I'm just being honest. Tank fans ain't want to hear that shit, but you go have to hear it. And then Tank Davis goes for the low blow and says this. And he got like 8 kids and his wife like 380 pounds. Yes, buddy, gotta work overtime. Wow. So he took a shot at the family, bro. And this is taboo for your boy Bushido. That's one thing we don't do. We don't get the women and children involved in our arguments as men. We do not get the family, the ladies, and the kids involved at all. Now the gloves is off, bro. Right? Now I gotta see you, bro. I may not smack you with this gorilla fist. You know what I'm saying? I may not smack you with this gorilla fist, but I will see if you keep that same energy when I'm in your presence, little bro. Because I'll jump on you like a trampoline, little dude. I'll step on you, little bro. I was just trolling, playing with you. Now you taking low blows. Yeah, this is what Tank Davis do, man. Right? He went for the jugular on Terence Crawford. Now, is Terence Crawford going to react to this? Highly likely. He may say something. And we probably will talk about it on the live stream tomorrow or something, right? If more things develop from this crazy story that just kind of came out of nowhere. But Tank Davis, bro, I got more money than you, right? This is the thing. But are you a better fighter than him? Who accomplished more in the sport? I would argue that Terence Crawford is probably one of the highest earning guys at this point, right? Considering how long he's been doing this thing consistently. Look, bro, I'm not here to pocket watch. But what I am here to say is that Terence Crawford accomplished a lot more in the sport than you. You've been around for about as long as he has. We've been talking about Tank Davis for over a decade, and you got guys still calling this dude a prospect, bro. You have yet to unify the weight class. You have yet to unify division. How many divisions Crawford unified? Quite a few. And he's looking to fight Canelo Alvarez, one of the toughest fights to be made in boxing. One of the toughest challenges of his career. He's still, at his age, at the money that he makes, he's still looking for the big challenges. Oh, well, he got to do that because he's a fuckboy. He don't make decent money. Also, you could just cherry pick fight bums. So you telling your fans and people, oh, yeah, I'm going to fight these guys because they can't beat me, and I know I'm going to make a lot of money doing it. So essentially, you bamboozling your fans and you bamboozling boxing. Tank Davis is a joke, bro. Good fighter, very unlikable guy. Especially for him to go to these lengths to bring the women and children involved in a manly battle. You know what I'm saying? When you do that, to me, you're a coward and you a buster. And now the gloves is off. My thoughts on it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I come from a different time. You leave the women and children alone when we us as men are having a dispute. You leave a family out of it, bro. They have nothing to do with this. But he had to say that Terence Crawford's wife is 380 pounds. He has 8 kids, and he has to work this overtime. Gervonta, Tank Davis, Terence Crawford having an argument over who makes the most money. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.